Have you noticed that lately you have been feeling watched even when no one is around? Not in a threatening way, in a way that feels almost impossible to explain. Because the energy entering this reading is showing me a man who is trying very hard not to reveal himself, but he cannot stop watching you. This isn't someone who casually check your profile once in a while. No, this person study you. Your reaction, your silence, your routines, the moment when you disappear. The moments when you suddenly become active again. And before we turn over the first situation, don't immediately assume you already know who is it. Because spirits show me that for many of you, the obvious answer, it's actually the wrong one. There is someone standing much closer to your life than you realize. Let's see why. This card. Wow. I wasn't expecting this. This card never appears without obsession. Look carefully. This man has convinced himself that staying hidden is protecting him. But Spirit immediately corrects him because every time he hides, he actually reveals more. His energy reaches you. Have you recently thought about someone for absolute no reason? Were you driving, working, making dinner, and suddenly the particular person crossed your mind? That wasn't random. Every travels, especially when someone is emotionally focused on you almost every day. This reading shows repeated energetic contact. He wonders where you are, who you're talking to, whatever you have been moved on, whatever someone new has entered in your life. And the strange part, he isn't only watching your psychical world, he's trying to understand your emotional world too. He's looking clues. He's trying to decode your posts, trying to interrupt your silence, trying to understand why you have changed. Because, yes, you have changed. Spirit keeps repeating that. You are not carrying the same vibration you carried months ago. I see a big difference. Of course, you are different. Something shift inside you. Perhaps you are start protecting your energy. Perhaps you are stop chasing people. Perhaps you are stop explaining yourself. Whatever happened, he noticed. Immediately. The next card explains why. Interesting. This isn't just attraction. This is fair. Fair that someone else will recognize your value before he has the courage to step forward. This is why his attention has become stronger recently. He's comparing himself to people around you. He's wondering if he's ready or already too late. Now there is something when more even will surprise you. Spirit is showing that many of you haven't spoke to this person quite of the time. Yet energetically, the connection never stops. One side keep thinking. One side keep watching. One side keep replaying old conversations. Guess which side that was? Not yours, his. And every time he tells himself, like, I'm done thinking about them. I'm done. Something reminds him of you again and again. A song, a place, a random name, even a stranger wearing similar clothes. Did you see? The universe keeps interrupting his attempts to move on. Why? We will uncover that in the next part of this reading. The universe keeps interrupting his attention to move on. Why? Because there is unfinished energy between two of you. Not unfinished because you are meant to suffer. Unfinished because something was never expressed. The next card is explaining exactly what is. Look at this. Communication blocked by fear. Not by lack of feelings, not by distance, not even by another person, by fear. Fear of hearing something that cannot be taken back. Fear or discovering that you have been truly moved on. Fear that your answer won't match the story he has been repeating inside his own mind. And for a long time, he believed there would always be another opportunity. Another day, another message, another chance. Spirits show me that he underestimated time. While he hesitates, your energy continues evolving. You become calmer, stronger, more centered. Even if you don't always feel that way, your energetic field looks completely different now. And that change unsettled him because the version of you he thought he understood no longer exists. No longer. Now he has to meet someone new. Someone with stronger boundaries, someone who no longer settles for confusion. He's shocked, and here is something fascinating. Spirit keeps highlighting the number 2. For some of you, this could relate to 2 days, 2 weeks, or simply a pattern that repeats in your life. Don't force the meaning. So if it's meant for you, you will recognize it naturally. Now let's turn to the next card. This one reveals how he watches. Some of you immediately think of social media. Yes, for many viewers, that's part of the story, but Spirit is showing something much deeper. He watched through memories. He revisits conversation. He rereads all messages. He remembers details that even you may have forgotten. A phrase you once said, the way you loved it, something you wore, the kindness you show without expecting anything to return. This memory have become impossible for him to erase. That's why he keeps returning to them. He's searching for reassurance that he felt was real. Because lately he's hiding, questioning himself more than ever. What is love? What is fair? Did he miss the greatest opportunity of his life? Or is there still time? The next card answers that question, but not in the way he expects. Spirit says time is no longer controlled by him. For a long time, he believed he could choose when to appear, when to speak, when to act. Now the energy has shifted. Life itself is beginning to make those decisions. Look, he don't want I even tell you this. He just don't want it, but I will. This is why you are here. Unexpected meetings, unexpected news, unexpected realizations, events that neither of you planned. This is why I ask you at the beginning not to assume you already know where this reading is going. No, because every new card keeps changing the story. And next one, I have to admit, it wasn't expecting this at all. The moment this card appeared, I understood why Spirit insisted that you stay until this part of this reading. Because this isn't only about a man watching you. It's about why he cannot stop. Look closely at the energy. This card speaks about recognition. Not ordinary recognition. Soul recognition. Connection. When you remember somebody. There was something about your presence that reached a place inside him no one else had touched. You didn't even have to try. For many of you, it's happened naturally. One conversation, one meeting, one unexpected moment, and somehow his entire inner world shifted. He tried to explain it logically. He couldn't. He tried to ignore it. It became stronger. He tried to distracting himself with work. You think it's help? No. Every path somehow circle back to you. Now Spirit is showing me something incredibly specific. There is a conversation he keeps replaying. Not because it was dramatic, because of one sentence. One sentence you probably won't even remember saying. Yet, those words stayed with him. They became a mirror. Every time he remembered them, he sees himself differently. Sometimes your greatest impact of another person's lives happen without you even realizing it. You never intended to change him. Yet you did. Now let's uncover what's happening in his private world. Ooh, the next card is heavy. He doesn't speak openly about you. In fact, most people around him have no idea how much space you occupied in his thoughts. No idea. He's protect this secret carefully. He smiles, he works, he follows his routine. People assume everything is normal. But internally, there is a constant movement. He's imagining different outcomes. What if I send a message? What if they ignore me? What if they answer? What if they already find someone else? Notice how energy question begins with what if. That's because fear has become louder than certainty. Fear creates endless imaginary conversations. And this is exactly where he is being living, not in reality, in possibilities. Spirits, you want you to understand something really important. This reading, it's not asking you to wait. It's not asking you to chase. It's not asking you to build your future around someone else's silence. This reading is revealing hidden energy so you understand what has been happening behind the scenes. What you choose to do with that knowledge is entirely your decision now. The next card shifts focus. Will shift focus back to you. Because while he has been watching, something has been changing with your own energy field. Your intuition has become much stronger than you realize. Have you noticed that recently you can sense people's intentions before they speak? You walk into a room and immediately know who feels genuine and who doesn't. You receive a message, and before opening it, you already know the emotional tone. That's not coincidence. Spirits show your inner perception becoming clearer because you are stop ignoring the quiet voice within yourself. And here is the fascinating part. The stronger your intuition becomes, the more impossible it is for hidden energy to remain hidden. So now listen me carefully. This one reveals what happens if he continues staying in the shadows. And what spirits show me here completely change everything.